Hey, Paul. Welcome back. This is the part two of the Autumn of Agony. So this is the right side. In my previous video, you might remember I said that I messed up initially and I hadn't realised about the whole villains thing. So I had to change some plans, and this is the plan that I swapped to. So I did all metal villains on the right hand side, and apart from Heimdall, because I just had awful runs. Yeah, it went pretty well. Rough start here with Zemo, but everything apart from um, everything apart from Heimdall was a solo. So we do manage to. It might not look like it right now, but we do actually clutch out this Jabari fight. It's just a case of getting on a lot of bleeds with Zemo and letting them tick down. Zemo's good for this fight because whilst she's rooted, we can't miss, and she's constantly placing those staggers on us. So that means that we can heal up a bit and also trigger Zemo's root from his ability when he cleanses 5 debuffs. So there's a few different ways in this fight to get the root to stick onto Jabari. Just got to be careful that when you're punishing stuff that she doesn't have the cleanse up from her abilities, or making sure that you end combos with light attacks to stop the one from the node. So as you can see, it was a very rough start, but we're now just making our way towards it. Throwing that SB1 just to gain some space so she gets the falter. Now, when she's in the hunt, she can't miss. So that is just something else to watch out for. There's a lot going on in this fight, and you can't dex as well. But ultimately, that's not going to make too much of a difference. Just giving myself some space here, waiting for the hunt to fall off so that she gets the falter as well. And as you can see, like the bleeds now are ticking her down for 5k every second. So yeah, just keep doing what we're doing, building up to SB2, throwing the SB2, just placing on more and more bleeds. And yeah, uh, the bleeds just working the way through her health pool. Um, so yeah, the rest of this will just play out. Um, I I found the right side to be slightly harder. Um, well, it was harder in the sense of trying to take down Heimdall, but I think that was just to do with the really bad AI. Had a massive lag spike there. That was not the recording; that was actually in game. Um, so that threw me off. Nearly cost me the run here. But yeah, so just working Jabari down. She'll be going down in just a second here. Stacking on a lot of bleeds now, doing 10k a second. Zemo is just really good for longer form fights like this sort of stuff. So yeah, that was the first one done with Zemo. Um, just under 3 minutes, so not exactly very long either. So next up we have the Cassie fight. I had gone in. Oh, sorry, yeah, no. I dropped one here as well because I can't remember what happened now, but oh, I think that was it. It was a case of the inverted controls threw me off at one point. I hadn't paid attention to it, and she hit me with a special two, and it just absolutely decimated my health. But yeah, again here, just looking like a really awful run. Um, Not sure why the recording has restarted, but okay. But yeah, I'll just fast forward on a bit then. But yeah, so here it's just a case of working our way. Just working our way towards SB2s, making sure that we yeah, we just don't let the um reverse controls screws over like it did there. So yeah, just parrying to get up the vigilance, and then yeah, this part was just really annoying. And Zemo can work here, but it is just it's an annoying fight. Like it's fun because there's a lot of stuff you've got to think about, and that's exactly why it's not fun at the same time because there's just a little bit too much going on in this fight. Personally, I think if there wasn't the addition of the crushed on the dashbacks as well, this fight would have felt a lot better to be able to do. But just with the way that it is built, um, yeah, it's just not very. It's just really difficult to manage sometimes. But yeah, not much else to say about this, so I'll just kind of go through this a bit quicker. You can see just slowly working it out, and then this is the Heimdall. Um, it 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 was really bad. Realistically, I probably should have come in with someone other than Red Skull, either the Zemo or the Sentinel that I brought along. But yeah, so I was just having really uncooperative AI. Um, I did another two attempts before this one and didn't even take him down at all, just was getting clipped by stuff. But as you can see, now that we've kind of got to the SB2, those shocks are now dealing a lot of damage. But that does also come with the risk of, if he now knocks me down, I'm going to take all of that damage back. And yeah, there, the auto block triggered. I was running the risk, so I was trying to get it in just before the timer for the unstoppable came back up. Um, and yeah, it just didn't quite play out. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see the um, next set of suffering challenges. We'll say. I think we've still got. I can't remember if this is the last one. Whether there's more coming, I honestly can't remember. Yeah, here just messed it up, and yeah, it was really bad. So just had to go in again. Had to manage the power gain here slightly, so losing some armor ups, losing some attack, but not the end of the world. Um, but yeah, I know a lot of people have been having issues with this Heimdall's AI, and I certainly had some in the previous runs, which um, there's no point in me showing them because it's literally me just going in, lasting 20 seconds in the fight and just getting completely dunked on. Um, I know a lot of people aren't a fan of this. I think it's definitely one of these fights that with the right counter, it's significantly better. Um, I mean, you saw in the previous video how well it went with She-Hulk. Like, um, but yeah, so just slowly building up more charges, trying to find a good window. There, I took a massive risk and went in. I think at that point I was kind of thinking, well, you know what? I've already messed up this many times. What's another attempt? But yeah, so thankfully it did play out all right, and yeah, just nearly there now. Just knocking him down once should kill him because he's got a lot of battery charge from all the shocks just building up. And then yeah, next up we have the Sentinel versus North Star. Uh, Went significantly quicker than the She-Hulk fight because the DOT from his heavy shocks does bypass the power shield. So my plan here was just to build up towards the SB3 um, and actually use the power lock to my advantage. Because when Sentinel is at 3 bars of power, if you use a heavy, he places two shocks instead of one. And as you can see, they tick for a lot. They're ticking for about 6.2k a second. So yeah, just making my way up towards that, just playing around all the other stuff as well. And yeah, fairly straightforward fight. There I was deliberately trying to take one into the block just to get rid of the unblockable. Um, Worked to an extent, you could argue. Um, yeah, here I didn't quite implement the shock strategy just yet. I think on the next one, I remembered about it. But as you can see, like he's ticking down quite quickly from the damage over times. And Sentinel's buff, I didn't think too much of it at first. I liked Sentinel beforehand, so it was quite nice to see him getting a buff. And when it dropped, I mean, I was quite busy last month, so I struggled to keep up with all the stuff. My main focus was on the Medusa buff because I absolutely love Medusa. I'm no Cat Murdoch, but she is definitely one of my favorite champs in the game. So much so that I kind of looked over Sentinel stuff, went, cool, and didn't really think too much of it. Um, and then I started seeing some gameplay, pulled him from the banquet myself, and had the resources to take him to R3. So I was just like, you know what? Never got to play around with the 6 star when he was relevant. So I might as well take him up now to R3. And the dude is tanky. He is an absolute beast. Um, Definitely slows down a lot of opponents in BGs if they don't have the right counter. Um, and yeah, just lots and lots of damage as well, which is really nice. A lot of damage over time, which is kind of what I like. I think it's probably my preferred method of damage in this game, so to speak. But yeah, just dashing out, dashing in, and this will wrap it up. And then we have the rewards up next. We've got just selecting all the stuff here, just going through selecting some skill stuff. Who did I rank up? Oh, yeah, that's who I ranked up. You'll see at the end. But yeah, so opening the Titan, hoping for a few people here. Spiral would be great. Scream, just anyone, and unfortunately we landed on Black Widow, who I don't inherently hate, but I do hate pulling her from this crystal. She's 660 now. You could see I just wasn't wanting to faff around. I was just like, right, that's over and done with. Now let's go and rank up who we're going to rank up. So I'd taken this champion up to rank 2 and up to rank 3 now. And Black Panther Civil War is so much fun after his buff. Lots and lots of damage. Just having some connection issues here. It's been playing up the last few days. But yeah, he's low sig at the minute, but do plan to see him up over time. So that's another one to the R3 roster. So yeah, we're up to 25. Oh, sorry, no, that's my skill champion specifically. There we go. 25 R3s in total now with Black Panther. But yeah, he's really low sig, but gonna invest in him over time. So yeah, that'll do it for today. Should have a war video coming out pretty soon from the war that's currently going on. But I'll see you all later.